the Sock, and these are rumors. In a series of daring early morning raids, teams of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents rounded up current members of rock band Foreigner for immediate deportation, despite assertions by band members that they are American-born citizens or legally in the U.S. Unfortunately for them, they weren't able to produce their long-form birth certificates. In an ironic twist, the election of Donald Trump, who ran on a strong anti-immigration platform, has resulted in Canada being forced to deal with a fresh deluge of refugee claimants who might not share our values. Come on, America, you shit your bed, don't ask us to change the sheets. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau had what he described as a warm conversation with Donald Trump, during which he took a selfie with the phone. Trudeau offered to reopen NAFTA, one of Trump's leading talking points during the election. Some on Canada's right have been crowing that this is an example of the boy leader kissing the ring of the new king. In fact, Canada has had trouble with elements of NAFTA over the years, but never had the clout to ask for it to be reopened. So, as a strategy, acceding to Trump's request is less capitulation and more, don't throw me in the briar patch, Brer Bear. Yes, that was a reference to Uncle Remus stories. However, I'm not afraid of millennial outrage warriors immediately denouncing me on Twitter because they have to take the time to Google Uncle Remus. Though a victory for American conservatives, Trump's election has raised the spirits of Ontario's Liberal provincial government. Trump achieved success despite a campaign of doing everything possible to alienate the public and drive voters away through tone-deaf statements and terrible decisions, which has encouraged Premier Kathleen Wynne's Liberals that they are on the right track to re-election. Unlike charges of misogyny, which are supported by his writings on Breitbart News, charges of anti-Semitism against Steve Bannon, Trump's choice of chief strategist, are based entirely on hearsay from an ex-wife during a divorce, and the fact that Breitbart, under Bannon's leadership, was a popular site for white racists and anti-Semites. Trump and Bannon supporters are crying foul, saying that they don't believe a person should be discredited by hearsay evidence from bitter people with an axe to grind, and a lot of inference instead of evidence, which proves that they have no fucking concept of irony. Due to the large-scale anti-Trump protests rocking major American cities, the government of Turkey has issued its citizens a travel warning for America, which may greatly reduce the number of Turks traveling to the U.S. When asked for comment, President-elect Trump said, "Good." Then he asked what part of Mexico Turkey is in. Also internationally, Anders Vendel, a Swedish TV chef, was seriously assaulted by 3 Muslim men who claimed that he looked like Donald Trump. While the mainstream media has focused on the physical damage done to Chef Vendel, they have neglected to cover a very important angle: the poor quality of Swedish Muslims' eyesight. Another overlooked aspect of this racist assault is that it backs up the message from anti-discrimination advocates that Muslims are just like everyone else. Anders is recovering from his injuries, which include a broken nose and damage to an eye, his mouth, lips, and jaw. Local police say this is an isolated incident and they don't expect a spate of copycat crimes. Despite this assurance, the world's most famous Swedish chef issued this statement. While the focus has been on the selection of his cabinet, there's also speculation on who will be Trump's first pet. No, that's just creepy. There's a tradition of presidents having a 4-legged friend in the White House. Jimmy Carter had a mutt named Grits. Ronald Reagan had Rex, a King Charles Spaniel, and a sheepdog named Lucky. George H.W. Bush had a Springer Spaniel. The Clintons brought a cat, Socks. But having Trump near anything that can be called pussy is just bad optics. W had a Scottish Terrier, and the Obamas got a Portuguese water dog. So what kind of dog will Donald Trump get? I mean, I'm assuming he wants to have a dog. After all, he's already got the whistle. A really big frickin' whistle. And finally, a lot of celebrities are disappointed and angry over Trump's election. None more so than Kanye West, who will now have to wait 4 more years to reclaim his title as the media's go-to guy for saying crazy shit. I'm Ed the Sock, and this has been Rumors.